Lord Mountbatten and his wife were England's greatest power couple. They moved in the highest circles of royalty, commanded armies, and shaped the fate of nations. Yet, locked away in a vault in Washington, D.C., the FBE file on them contained bombshell secrets that painted a far darker picture. For decades, the public narrative was one of glamour, duty, and sacrifice. Newspapers of the era occasionally tiptoed around the couple's constant brazen affairs, treating them as an open secret among the elite. But the classified government files revealed that their personal depravities went so much deeper than simple infidelity, exposing a moral corruption that would have shattered their pristine public image. To understand Lord Mountbatten, one must first understand the immense privilege he was born into. He entered the world in 1900 as His Serene Highness Prince Louis Francis of Battenberg. The Battenbergs were a prominent German dynasty, intricately linked by blood and marriage to the great royal houses of Europe. Louis was a second cousin to the future King George VI of England, placing him at the very heart of the British establishment from his first breath. His baptism was a testament to these global connections. His godparents were not mere nobles. They were the pillars of European royalty itself. His godmother was the formidable Queen Victoria, his maternal great-grandmother. His godfather was his second cousin, Tsar Nicholas II of Russia, the last reigning monarch of the Romanov dynasty. This sacred bond, meant to guide his spiritual life, tied his destiny to empires that would soon crumble into the dust of history. Throughout his childhood, young Louis was a frequent visitor to the opulent courts of Imperial Russia. He became intimately familiar with the Tsar and his family, a familiarity that blossomed into a lifelong infatuation. He grew deeply enamored with his cousin, the beautiful Grand Duchess Maria Nikolaevna. This wasn't a fleeting childhood crush. Mountbatten would carry a torch for Maria for the rest of his life, keeping a photograph of her at his bedside until his final days, a haunting reminder of a world and a love lost to revolution and violence. His upbringing was insular, even by royal standards. For the first 10 years of his life, he was educated at home by governesses and tutors, a common practice designed to shield royal children from outside influences. At 10, he was sent to the prestigious Lockers Park boarding school, a preparatory academy for the sons of the elite. Just a few weeks shy of his 13th birthday, he followed family tradition and enrolled in the Royal Naval College at Osborne. His career, like his life, was mapped out by his lineage. With the cataclysm of World War I, his illustrious German name became a political burden. In 1917, King George V officially changed the British royal family's name from Saxe-Coburg and Gotha to Windsor. The House of Battenberg was thus anglicized to Mountbatten. Prince Louis of Battenberg became Lord Louis Mountbatten, shedding his heritage for political survival. He enlisted in the Royal Navy at just 16, serving as a midshipman on the HMS Lion during the Battle of Jutland. Later, he transferred to HMS Queen Elizabeth. Specializing in communications, he rose through the ranks, achieving his first cruiser command in 1934. A rapid ascent fueled less by skill and more by his unparalleled connections. On July 18, 1922, Mountbatten married heiress Edwina Ashley. The union was a perfect match of title and fortune. Their honeymoon spanned Europe and North America, meeting celebrities like Charlie Chaplin and even appearing in a silent film cameo. But behind the glamour, the marriage was a sham. The couple openly conducted affairs, a tangled web with politicians, military figures, and celebrities. While this was a known secret in high society, Edwina's radical sympathies and Mountbatten's political meddling drew official attention. He also developed a technical niche in naval communications, preparing him for leadership roles in the next global conflict. During World War II, Mountbatten commanded HMS Kelly, a ship marked by blunders, entering British minefields and ramming Allied ships. His reckless leadership earned him the nickname the Master of Disaster. He planned the Dieppe Raid in 1942, resulting in devastating losses for nearly 5,000 Canadian troops. Despite repeated failures, he continued to rise due to connections with Winston Churchill. As Supreme Allied Commander in Southeast Asia, he relied on competent staff officers to manage his impractical military ideas. Even at the 1945 Potsdam Conference, he displayed political tone deafness, boasting of his Russian imperial connections to Stalin. A hastened partition and its lasting scars. In 1947, Mountbatten became the last Viceroy of India. Tasked with overseeing independence and avoiding partition, he instead hastened the process, advancing the independence date to August 1947. Ignoring Gandhi's proposals for unity, he arbitrarily drew borders, triggering mass migrations, violence, and over 1 million deaths. Despite the chaos, he retained prestige. As the first Governor-General of independent India, he persuaded princely states to join the Union, earning admiration in some quarters. In Pakistan, however, he remains despised, his hasty actions leaving a legacy of blood and division. Back in the UK, Mountbatten resumed his naval career, serving as First Sea Lord from 1955 to 1959. His wife Edwina died in 1960, and Mountbatten became notorious for relationships with younger women, including French actress Shirley MacLaine. These public affairs were only the surface of a more disturbing private reality. Declassified FBI files revealed Mountbatten and Edwina as persons of extremely low morals, including credible allegations of involvement in pedophilia. In his final years, he retired to Classybon Castle in Ireland. On August 26, 1979, the IRA planted a bomb on his boat. Mountbatten, his grandson Nicholas, deckhand Paul Maxwell, and the Dowager Lady Brabourne were killed. The assassination sent shockwaves globally, ending a life of privilege, controversy, and alleged depravity. Lord Mountbatten's legacy is fractured. To some, he was a war hero and statesman, but a closer look reveals a man elevated beyond his abilities by birthright, a master of disaster, and a viceroy whose haste caused a bloody partition. Declassified FBI files further expose alleged depravity. His story is not just a biography, it is an exposé of hidden corruption, unchecked privilege, and devastating consequences behind a glittering public facade. Thanks for watching Laugh and Learn Lab. If you love uncovering hidden stories in history, hit like and subscribe. Visit Fact8 for more incredible facts.